I am a contracting music therapist, and so I work at a lot of different places, and I have worked at a lot of different places over the years, some of which I don't work at anymore. And one of the places was an adult day health program in Brookline, Massachusetts. And I had a variety of different people I worked with there in group settings. And so often there were a few people who had dementia, there were a few people who had Parkinson's, or a few people who had intellectual disabilities or mental illness. And this one little group I had was really cohesive, and they all supported each other quite a bit. There's this gentleman in the group in his early 60s who had advanced Parkinson's dementia, and he had a lot of dystonia, so he had a lot of jerking movements, and he was unable to get himself started walking. So he would stand up, but then he'd get stuck, and he just couldn't get himself to go forward. And this was probably within the first 3 months of working as a professional music therapist, but I figured music might work. And so he stood up and he was trying to go, and I said, "What's your favorite song?" And he goes, "I love When the Saints Go Marching In." And I said, "Okay." So I started playing When the Saints Go Marching In on my guitar, and we sang it together, and probably within about 5 seconds, he just started like moving across the room, and he sort of danced into the lunchroom where everyone was going to have lunch in a minute. But he actually was able to use that song every time he stood up. So he knew that when he stood up, he had to sort of get into a groove and start singing When the Saints Go Marching In. And because he couldn't necessarily get the rhythm going himself, he had staff members who would sing that song with him to try to get him to move when I wasn't there, when he would need to move across the room and couldn't quite get himself started.